morning, October 21st, Thursday, 9 a.m. I would like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for joining us. During our weekly virtual MLS breakfast meetings, my name is Dora Leung from Coldwell Banker George Realty. I am your October MLS program chair. A little bit about myself. Born and raised in Hong Kong, I moved to Southern California and earned a degree in international business at Cal State Fullerton. I started my real estate career when I learned to start to buy my first home as foreclosure. I realized real estate industry is cynical. I enjoy working with my group and I associate with Coldwell Banker George Realty. As I said, my focus, commercial and residential, to maximize my clients' return on investment. I work with the monetary part with a couple commission, local chamber of commerce, serve on several city commissions. I enjoy free time, my biking, gardening, and travel experience. Today, we have a lot of tools in the market. I enjoy working in Western Gable Board Realtor that to gain a lot of learning and experience. Here we are. A few housekeeping tips. All participants will be muted upon entry to the MLS breakfast meeting. If you have any question or comment, please enter it into the chat box, and I will read it during the question and answer portion of the meeting. Please remember to join us weekly as we have our virtual MLS breakfast meeting every Thursday at 9 a.m. like now. As always, this meeting is being recorded and will be available online on our YouTube channel, West and Gabriel Valley Realtors. Please also remember to follow our WSGVR social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also watch all our pre-recorded video on YouTube. Make sure and subscribe to WSGVR text message service to get the latest information. And text WSGVR to the number 72727. Here's a CRMLS quick tips. Business days eliminate from CRMLS rules. Effective from September 1st, 2021, the use of the term business day is being eliminated from the rules, accepting the Rule 7.9. Otherwise, all references to day in the rules will mean calendar days. Rules that will fall will now be calendar day. Effective rules include mandatory delivery of listing agreement, change of listing information, correcting violations, and more. Always double check http://crmls.org/rules-policy-change-summary for more information. Today's agenda consists of our affiliate spotlight, John Buddha, Buddha Law Groups, followed by our guest speakers, Alan Ibarra from Rocket Roofing, Maria Howard, Old Republic Home Protections, Joseph, Pillar to Post Home Inspectors, and moderator, Brandon Swarovski. Just a reminder that to be eligible for today's prizes, you must be a WSGVR member and your name must be displayed to win. No telephone numbers will be accepted. Today, affiliate spotlight and introductions brought to you by the affiliate committee. Our chair, Sage Gomez by NHD, and our vice chair, Brandon Swarovski from First American NHD. Affiliate spotlight, John Buddha, Buddha Law Group. The floor is yours, John.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I'm John Buddha of the Buddha Law Group. You can see my contact details there. I have a quick presentation. I'd just like to introduce my firm to everybody. And also, Buddha Law Group was established in 2009. I'm originally from Tennessee and I moved to California in 1999. I had various jobs in sales and other areas, transportation, and went to law school at night while I was married and having children in the 2000s. But I established my own law practice in 2009. Currently, I'm in Arcadia, 1201 Huntington Drive. You guys have probably seen it before. It's right across from It's the corner of Michelinda and Huntington Drive across from H Mart. And at my law practice, there's my sign outside the building. That's my current staff. We speak English, Chinese, and Spanish. I'm in the process of hiring a new Chinese paralegal so we can speak Chinese as well. Moving on to the next one. Currently, Buddha Law Group practice areas are 3. I practice immigration law. Primarily, I've been practicing immigration law for the last 12 years. Estate planning, wills and trusts, I've added on the last 5 years, and business law as well. For immigration, I mostly do business immigration. So I do business, company startups. I think a lot of you remember that, a few years ago, a lot of people were flying in from Asia, especially China, buying real estate, buying businesses, starting up businesses. I'm trying to look for areas of synergy between myself and a lot of the members of the association. And immigration was an area that was very big for me for many years. Kind of slowed down a little bit as the flow of immigration from Asia has kind of slowed down, but I think it's going to bounce back. I'm looking for another bounce back in 2022. But I would do a lot of business visas, helping people buy businesses, get their green cards that way. But I also do a lot of family immigration, marriage cases, bringing children over, bringing fiancés all over as well. Did a lot of H-1B business employment visas, as well as EB-5 investor visas. I also do estate planning, and I think that's an area of synergy for a lot of the members and myself as well, because people really need to set up their estate. They need to set up their beneficiaries. They need to set up their lineage correctly. Otherwise, you can find yourself in trouble, or your beneficiaries can find themselves in litigation and probate. Just a quick rule of thumb is that you generally want to set up a trust instead of a will for your estate, because wills go to probate. So your beneficiaries would have their assets locked up in a probate court, California probate court, for probably 9 to 18 months. That's not a good scenario for people. So if we set up a proper revocable or irrevocable trust, then they would have access to the assets after your passing. Also practice business law. A lot of it's tied to immigration in terms of contracts and leases and whatnot, but I do a lot of areas of business law as well. I just want to emphasize that I offer every client in every case a 30-minute to 60-minute free consultation in my office, confidential. I'll uphold confidentiality as #1 and paramount in my practice. This is just a thank you to everybody today. I know it's a little early, but everybody's going. Here's my family, and we were over in Utah earlier this year, and looking for better things in 2022. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. We will now have affiliate introductions. Always remember to support our affiliates with your transactions. First, we have Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America.
Good morning, everyone. Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Judy Chow from AAA Capital Investments.
Good morning. I'm the Senior Loan Officer. I speak Chinese, English. I help you buy your pre-approved funding and close. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Next, we have Angie Tang from First American Title.
Hi, good morning, guys. Angie Tang with Stewart Title. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful caravan.
Sorry, it's a Stewart Title, huh?
Okay. Hi, Dora.
Stewart Title. Okay. Mark Wu from Allstate Insurance.
Good morning, everybody. Agency owner Mark Wu from Allstate Insurance for your property insurance needs. We won't let you down, unlike the Dodgers did last night. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun yesterday. Thank you, Nancy Chan, Lawyers Title.
Good morning, everybody. I'm still with Lawyers Title, still the same Nancy Chan. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's go Dodgers. Okay.
Always we see John Wax, Snap NHD.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. John Wax with Snap NHD. We'll get your NHD tax environmental reports in a snap. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for your support. My information will be in the chat. Thank you, Dora.
Thank you, John. Next, we have Cosmo Sanchez. With
Good morning, everyone. Sorry.
Beautiful.
Good morning, everyone. Cosmo Sanchez, New Aim Funding. We still got some faith. We still got some hope. Go Dodgers.
Brandon Swarovski, First American NHD.
Good morning, everyone. This is Brandon Savransky with First American NHD, and my condolences to the Dodgers. My Braves just had too many homers last night. I'm sorry.
Next, we have Joseph Nguyen, Pillars to Post Home Inspectors.
Morning, everybody. This is Joseph Nguyen with Pillar Post Home Inspectors. Wishing you guys, baseball fans, a better season.
A lot of people don't go Dodgers. Next, we have Teresa Lam, Corinthian Title.
Good morning. This is Teresa Lam with Corinthian Title Company. Dodgers will win the next time. Thank you. Yes.
Last but not the least, Sage Gomez, my NHD.
Good morning, everyone. Sage Gomez here with my NHD. Have a great day.
Thank you, Sage. Always remember, support our affiliate with your transactions. Next, we have open pitching time. Remember, we have 30 seconds for each pitching. We are happy to include your virtual MLS breakfast meeting today. The first one from Hazel Dean Magno of Compact Realty.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Hazel.
Hazel.
Yeah, sorry, this is my first time being here. I am from Lynn Weisbridge team of Compass.
Yes.
Yeah, we listed this property from 75 Oak Meadow, place is Sierra Madre, and it's actually 5 beds and 3 baths. Yeah, lot size is 8,455, and it's actually built in 1963. And the living area is 2,112 square feet. And we're open to receive offers until the 27th of noontime. And I think that's gonna be it. Thank you.
Thank you, Hazel. Second listing, we have Ian Shaw from Remax Realty. Ian.
Hey everyone, this is Ian. I'm looking to present 250 Oakhurst Lane in Arcadia. This is going to be the perfect home for any of your clients that are looking for a home with character. We have almost an acre of land, and with all the peacocks wandering around, it really looks like a resort. If you have any clients that are tennis enthusiasts, we have our own tennis court in the backyard. We're just a little bit north of the Westfield Santa Anita Mall, and we're in a private cul-de-sac. It's a really beautiful piece of land, and the home has a lot of character. If your clients are tired of like the cookie cutter type homes or anything like that, then this is going to be the one for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. Congratulations. Third listing, we have Pat from Pinnacle Real Estate Group. Pat.
Good morning, fellow agents. My name is Pat with Pinnacle Real Estate Group. So what we have here is the multi-level condo built in 2009, located, northeast of Huntington Drive and Rosemead Boulevard. So you won't find that many condo in the east side of Pasadena. The owner did tons of upgrade. They spent almost 6-figure, and they're moving to a single family home tomorrow. So I would love to invite you all and your clients to the open house this weekend from noon to 4 p.m. Both Saturday and Sunday. But this weekend, the place will be vacant since they're moving their furniture. What you see here is not staging, it's their own furniture. So they keep the place pretty clean and neat. So I'm looking forward to see you all. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, listed for $920.
Thank you, Pat. At this time, I would like to have our membership special event chair, Nanette, on to announce we are going to have a wonderful Halloween celebration.
Thank you, Dora. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Halloween is next week. If you haven't heard our announcement during the meeting last week, or if you did, this is a reminder. We are having our virtual MLS Halloween event next Thursday, October 28th at 9 a.m. Wow. Join us for a fabulous time with spooktacular entertainment and irresistible prizes. We have a contest in which entries must be submitted before the day of the event by next Monday. And that is the Pet and Kitty Contest. Who's not dressing up and making up for last year's Halloween? Why not try to win great prizes while in the costume? Submit a pet or kitty picture or video in costume. It can be of your own child or pet, or your niece, nephew, neighbor, grandchild. But don't get creepy and reach over your neighbor's backyard wall to snap a picture. It should be or must be a picture or video of someone you know and with their parent, guardian, or pet owner's permission to submit entry. We will be having a great time sharing these pictures and videos next week. Please submit entry by next Monday to the email on the flyer. Call WSGVR office for any questions. Voting for winners will take place the day of the event next Thursday. There will also be other entertainment and chances for other prizes that day, so come ready to participate. Looking forward to seeing all of you there. Come dressed in spirit. Thank you, and back to you, Dora.
Thank you so much. And I love to dress up and try to figure out my kitty how to win this contest. Okay, now help me welcome today our guest speakers. As I said, we have a lot of tools these days to help us success. And our speaker today, Alan Ibarra, and also Maria Howard and Joseph Nguyen. And last but not the least, our moderator, Brandon Swarovski. The floor is all yours.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a fantastic morning so far. We have a lot of great information that we are going to share with you. Alan Ibarra, who's with Rocket Roofing, Maria Howard with Old Republic Home Protection, and Joseph Nguyen with Pillar to Post Home Inspectors. And they're going to be providing you with a great information on really the home inspection and home protection process. Alrighty, and those are our speakers. Great pictures. And we'll start with Maria.
Yes. Sure. Thank you, Brandon.
Alrighty. So Maria, is a home inspection important when getting a home warranty?
Yes, it is, because that gives the buyer a clear indication of the condition of the home they are purchasing. That home inspector will go through the whole house regarding electrical, plumbing, and HVAC, which are the things that are covered under a home warranty coverage plan. The homeowner at that point should look and review that home inspection thoroughly. And by the notes from the inspector will clearly tell them if they need additional investigation. What I mean by that is, let's just look at plumbing, for example. The condition of the home, does it require camera scoping or sewer scoping? Should a buyer get a licensed contractor to do more of his due diligence? There are many hidden numbers inside a home inspection. And one of the misconceptions in our business is that we always get the pushback, well, it was working when the inspection occurred. And yes, that is probably true. However, if something is put together in violations of codes or certain things, and at the time of inspection, yes, it's working, but then we send out a contractor and come to find out it's not up to code or it was improperly installed. And those are the things that people omit and don't look at. So I always say, definitely do not buy a home without a home inspection. And if Joseph wants to chime in a little on that, feel free to do so.
Absolutely. Thank you, Maria. Just real quick, Brandon. So it's always a great idea, like she said, to have a home inspection, because you don't know if anything's working properly. A lot of times, well, all the time, home inspectors, when we go through and do the inspections, we want to test everything, make sure everything's working at the time of the inspection. Because if it's not working, you definitely want to have it fixed. If it's not fixed, or if it is not working, I'm pretty sure your homeowner's warranty won't cover it. So yeah, that's all I got real quick.
Perfect. Alrighty. And then I'll go to Alan. What is a roof certification?
So a roof certification in a nutshell is going to begin with the full inspection and overview of the entire roof and all of its components. If we deem that roof is in good working order, we will place a 2-year, 3-year, 5-year leak-free guarantee on it. Kind of acts like a warranty or an insurance for that roof. We will honor if it leaks. There is no deductible and the roof gets fixed. A lot of times homeowners look for these if their insurance company's requesting it, sometimes on FHA and VA loans. If the roof looks a little bit questionable, the lender wants it certified by a licensed C39 roofer, or the insurance company wants it certified. That way their avenues are covered. That's where we kind of come in as a support mechanism for not only the home inspector, but for the appraiser and the insurance and home warranty companies.
And then I'll go back to
Brandon,
Joe.
can I piggyback off of that just real quickly?
Yeah, go for it.
Regarding the roof certification, I'm glad he mentioned that, because many times, again, a part of the due diligence of a new homeowner doesn't go the extra mile or the step to check that out. And let's just say they purchased a roof coverage through their home warranty company. Lots of times, I always say the best thing to do is make sure that when you're in contract with a potential purchase, that you ask the seller, when was the last time he did a roof inspection or received a roof certification? If they require roof repair during their homeowner policy plan, and if they have that, that's validation. And what you just said, Alan, about giving a 2 to 5 year certification that you've inspected, I didn't even know that existed. So thank you for sharing that. That's really good.
Yeah, there's
information.
very few companies that offer it. Most C39 roofers are entertained doing tear-offs and commercial and solar projects nowadays. A lot of them don't like to deal in the residential repair. A lot of them don't like the risk of certifying roofs and then being liable for any leaks that may come up during the rainy season. Rocket Roofing was actually designed and created to kind of occupy that space within the roofing industry in Southern California and work hand in hand with the real estate community. So our team is actually designed, prepared, and equipped to actually handle that type of service. We do all types of roofing, but once again, we made it a focal point to actually have our team set up to identify and to process that type of workflow.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Alan. And then I'll go back to Joseph. Is a home inspection the same thing as a home appraisal?
So a real estate appraisal or a home appraisal is like a comprehensive third-party report that estimates the monetary value of a house. It offers valuable information to both the buyer and the seller of the home. Its primary reason, however, is to protect the lender from buying an overpriced house. So a home inspection is just like what it sounds like. It's the physical examination of a house to definitely determine whether it's fit for occupation, making sure everything is safe. It determines whether the house is worth the seller's asking price, and it's much more comprehensive than a home appraisal. So a home appraisal should never be a substitute for a home inspection. I've actually heard some people trying to do that, but instead, definitely you should have both because they do complement each other for the benefit of every party involved during the sales agreement.
Awesome. And then we'll go back to Maria. Should you have a plumber, electrical, and HVAC in your contacts, and why?
The answer to that is obviously yes. And the reason being is because let's just say there's an emergency on a weekend with something that failed and stopped working, or you have an elderly person or someone that you're home care or children, or let's just use this past summer and you're taking care of your loved one who requires extra health care and your AC goes out and you're having trouble getting somebody. Those contacts in your databases referring back to your clients is important. That means you have vetted already this contractor, you have worked with them, you know their reputation, their honesty, and their work ethics and integrity. That gives you a safe margin to refer somebody out. Because if you call me on the weekend and saying X, Y, and Z of the—
Let's go to Alan, and we'll get back to Maria when she pops back on. Okay, Alan, who can provide a roof certification?
So as of right now, only licensed C39 contractors by the state of California. So if you go to the California's Contractors Board, there's going to be a lot of classifications. The most common is, the Class B is a general. A general technically cannot perform a roof certification because their workflow has to encumber 4 different trades when they're on a project. A Class B license is more of a project management type license, for a lack of a better term. The C39 roofer right now is the only individual that can provide it in California. So you have to work directly with a licensed roofer.
Yeah, just real quick on that, please reach out to Alan for your roof certification, not me, your home inspector. I am not certified to give any type of roof inspection or roof certifications. I'm getting a lot of that. So yeah, reach out to Alan.
Appreciate it, Joseph. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, we'll go to Joseph. Is Maria not here yet? She's still out.
I think she left, but she's probably trying to log back in.
Okay. So I'll go to you, Joseph. What should realtors do prior to the inspection?
So I know it's definitely, it can be challenging, but it definitely helps if the property is vacant. I don't mean like everything outside of the house, all the furniture and all that. It just helps to get the sellers out of the house. It just makes it faster for a home inspector to just kind of go through and do their thing. And at the same time, if realtors can do it, just make sure that there's easy access to like the attic, the crawl space, electrical distribution panel, nothing's blocking anything that's important. Because I've done inspections where I couldn't get to the electrical panel because they had all their boxes, moving boxes stacked up. And unfortunately, I can't inspect that because everything's visual. So the more access a home inspector has, the better your report will be.
Awesome. Thanks, Joseph. And then we'll go back to Alan. When is a roof certification needed?
So I always encourage them if the client has a concern in regards to the overall condition and health of the roof system. So that can be upfront after a seller disclosure about a previous leak, during an initial walkthrough and seeing staining. After Joseph's home inspection, he takes photos of the roof and shows granule loss or crack slip tiles, and the client has a concern over the health of the roof. That's where we'll kind of come in once again as a supportive mechanism or auxiliary service to, supply what we call a cost and complexity type survey for the roof. From my experience in the real estate industry, clients make most of their decisions based off the cost and complexity of the defects that are found during their discovery phase, which is their home inspections, their due diligence, etc. What we're trying to do is help them understand if in fact there are known visible defects with the roofing system, what the cost and complexities and solutions are for those issues. So once again, we kind of come in on the back end just to kind of provide that relief of information so they can make their decisions a little more wisely and a little bit more informatively.
Awesome. I saw Maria back. Maria, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, little
technical difficulties. Okay, if you want to finish up the second question you had, and then your third question is home warranty required?
Okay, so the reason why I say that, because in the event of an emergency on a weekend and something goes wrong, you reach out to me and I will give you an AOC, what we call outside authorized contractor, which allows you to go to your contractor that will be available much quicker for you on the weekend if you need that service based on the scenarios I explained earlier. Now, getting to the third question, is home warranty required? No, it is not a requirement. It's not like NHD, where natural hazard is requirement by the state of California, Civil Code 1103, my NHD background. And it is not a requirement. But here's the thing. In today's market, they're saying that 61% of Americans or homeowners do not have a resources of $1,000 to make repairs on their home. 61%. Well, that's more than over half. And if you are in the seller's market, because number one, pricing goes up, contingencies are less, buyers are saying, I don't want to obstruct my opportunity to buy this wonderful dream house, and I'm going to not pay for a home warranty or have them pay for one. Well, you can get one after the close of escrow with most home warranty companies. Each of us have a time frame that allows you to get one after. But with that being said, why would you close without one? Did you know that home warranty was created way back over 45 years ago and plus? by realtors. Realtors actually created home warranty. And the reason why they did that is it was utilized as a loss mitigation tool. It was to mitigate any losses towards their commission and getting commissionectomies or possibly any type of litigation because they felt that they weren't, the home they purchased was not up to standard and therefore they having to come with out-of-pocket costs. So the answer to all of that is don't close one without one. Even if you get a standard one, you could always upgrade the plan after the close of escrow.
Awesome. And then we'll go to Joseph for your third question, and we'll go back to Alan. Will my inspector uncover every single thing wrong with the house?
Yeah, I would love to. So then I'd be like a really rich home inspector, but we can't. Although a home inspection can be very comprehensive, as I mentioned before, your home inspector will not always be able to cover every small detail, such as like, damaged wallpapers and stuff like that. However, your inspector will be keeping an eye out for some of the major things, such as water damage on walls and the ceilings, some structural issues. Maybe there's something going on with the roof, or something in the foundation, some older or damaged roof covering, electrical issues, plumbing problems, insects and pest infestation, and HVAC issues. So those are the things that we're mainly focused on, because obviously those are the bigger issues that we want to make sure that it's covered.
Awesome. And then this kind of ties in, is a roof inspection the same as a home inspection, Alan?
So no, the home inspection is going to be more detailed in nature. Obviously, they're going to go through every accessible component within the home with exclusion, you know what I mean? Water filtration systems, I'm sure, underground lateral plumbing. When it comes to the roof and the scope of work for the roof in general, so a couple of things, most home inspectors, depending on the age of, let's just say we have a cement or clay tile roof, they're not going to traverse it. So they're not going to be physically walking on it. Nowadays, you're going to see the implementation of drones or DACA scope, which is like a telescopic extension pole. But nobody's going to be physically up there. As we know, on the tile and on the clay roof covering, that's more of a UV barrier than a water barrier. The water barrier is the underlayment, which is underneath the tiles. During your roofing inspection, we will be taking samples from different fields of the roof, lifting tiles to get an overall idea of what the condition of the underlay is, whether it's single ply 30 pound, two ply 15, two ply 30, granulated 70, synthetic. That's really what's going to determine what the overall health of the roof is. Also, we're going to be looking at pipe and penetrations, and we're going to be looking at things more on the practical and on the code side as well, where normally the general home inspection should stay on the general side. What are the general overall condition of the roof, not what are the specific code violations, because our codes change. They amend every couple of years. So there might be an update to the residential roofing code that's not trickled down to the general home inspector, and they're not bringing that information to the client's attention. Even though it's going to likely be grandfathered if the house was constructed and the code changed around the construction and renovation, we still want to have that information up front and forward to allow the client and homeowner to make a decision as to whether they want to improve it with the standard codes, or if they're just going to leave it as is and deal with the renovation or improvement later. But on a nutshell, we're going to be a little bit more invasive than the general home inspector, because by nature, they're going to be non-invasive.
Yeah. And also just to hop on that real quick. So I think I mentioned this before in the last couple of panels, that think of your home inspector as like your family doctor. You get like a cough or whatever, and you don't know what's going on. You just go see that person, that doctor, and they'll run their tests to see whether it's something like a cold or just something you caught, something easy. But if there's something additional that's going on, like say you got something's going on with your lungs, then he would refer you to like a lung specialist. So in my case, if I see something's going on, something weird or something that's not right, that's going on with the roof covering, then I would recommend you to Alan or any other roofer to further evaluate it, because they'll be more specific in that area.
Awesome. Great
Can
analogy.
I jump in really quick too? Because I know there was a question regarding, I know you asked the other panel member, if they should have HVAC technicians, electricians, plumbers, everybody kind of in the Rolodex or like approved vendor list. I always say yes, that's important to have every trade available. Typically, the general home inspection, what Joseph's going to be doing is getting, once again, a general overall picture of the entire property. The problem is if you call in specialists for every single aspect of the house, a plumber, an electrician, to do the inspections, you're going to have a $3,000, $4,000 inspection. You know what I mean? Where Joseph can get in there for a minimal fee, identify what the pressing issues are, allow the client to prioritize it. And if they want to consult with the specialist in any of those areas, then they can go ahead. Like I said in the beginning, as the roofer, we're here to be supportive to the general home inspection, to the seller's disclosure, to the realtors, to the buyers and sellers, and just alleviate the stress of any concerns with the roof.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Let's go back to Maria and then we'll come back to Joseph because it's very helpful. What is the #1 claim in home warranty?
So the #1 claim, most people think it's air conditioning, the HVAC system. And the truth of the matter, it is not. Plumbing is the #1 claim in home warranty. And as I answered earlier in the question, and then also what Alan was piggyback offing our vendor list that we have in our database, your larger ticket items in a home is typically a plumbing problem. It's your big one. And most home inspectors, correct me if I'm wrong, Joseph, you cannot tell the condition of the pipes underground because they're not visible to the naked eye. There's certain testing that your home inspection will do, which I can elaborate just on this afterwards and tells, well, how he checks for plumbing. But just imagine you have a stoppage and it's outside of the main foundation and you need service for that. It's really important to know the condition of that. And camera scoping is a big one to get, and even sewer scoping. I actually had one transaction where and this is a true story, that the homeowner purchased the home that was an outside close to the sewer line. It was a covered item under home warranty. However, the cost to repair that was $26,000. Every home warranty has their plan limits on the coverage and replacements and repairs they offer for each of the items, which are the systems and appliances that are inside a home. Therefore, that wasn't covered. That what we offered was a pinprick, $26,000. And like I said earlier, the average home owner, over 61%, don't have a savings of $1,000 for emergency. So you can see how this would present a problem. So like what Alan said, you would run up a big tab if you did every inspection. So the home inspector is critical for your information, whether you want to take a step further and hire a licensed technician for that specific thing that could potentially be a problem down the line.
Awesome. And then this kind of goes with that, Joseph. How can my home inspection help with home warranty?
Yeah, so I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier when we first started. So your home inspector will be testing all the appliances and will be looking and inspecting everything that they have access to, with all the mentioned systems, where it's the roof, the electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and all that. And they want to make sure that everything is working properly and definitely working at the time of the inspection. It is definitely important to make sure that these things are working so that your home warranty will be able to cover it. Now, if we're testing something like, say, your AC unit, AC condensing unit, and it's on the entire time we're there and it's not working, that's when you would go ahead and have that repaired by an HVAC specialist. Whether and with all that finer details between the seller and buyer, that's another conversation. But they definitely need to have that repaired so that it's working prior to close, so that your home warranty can cover that. So yeah, definitely we want to make sure, and with home inspectors, we're always making sure everything's working. And just remember, once we leave after the inspection, a lot of times we get a phone call. It's like, hey, I know you tested the AC. You said it was working 3 months ago. Why is it not working now? The home inspection report is just a snapshot in time of when we did that inspection. And unfortunately, we can't tell the future. You know, if we could tell the future, I'm sure Alan, Maria, and myself would be super duper rich. But you know, we can only tell you I can only tell you what's going on at the moment while I was there. Once I leave, if it you know, depending on the age, I try to give you as much information about the age of the appliances as well, so we can at least have an estimate to see, oh, how long this has been working, and if there's any you know, any repairs that maybe we need to anticipate for. So yeah, I hope that kind of answers the question. I kind of went on a rant there.
No, it actually does. Yeah, the home inspection typically just creates a effective date as to what the condition of the house is, almost like the appraisal value. It could change based off of the lender. The lenders can change the entire lending process and rates, and you're going to see the market fluctuate. So the appraised value from one day to the next can completely change. Same thing with the condition. Somebody can go in right after Joseph with the sledgehammer and make irreversible changes to the property within a few short minutes. Same thing with the roof certification. We see this quite some, you know, we go in there during the escrow process and maybe they schedule fumigation, or they scheduled their painter to come paint the eaves fascia, so they're walking on the roof. So on one day, you know, we have everything photographed that comes with their roof report and their inspection on our site. And then the next day after close of escrow, within the first few weeks, they're making subtle remodeling or getting their fumigation. Now we have broken tiles. It's obvious because we have fresh paint, you know, around the perimeter. Sometimes they even, you know, spill onto the tiles. And, you know, they're all around the areas where you would normally see somebody walking around the exterior dormers of the second floor roof. So yeah, that happens every time we're trying to create an effective date, you know what I mean, and establish what the condition is right now, but that can be altered at the snap of a finger. And if anybody had superhuman powers, I think would be saving humanity and not participating in a real estate transaction. So that goes for the home inspection, the roofer. If I could do things that were outside of my natural ability, then we'd be, once again, trying to save humanity and life itself.
Alrighty, we have some questions in the chat. Let's hop to those real quick, get those taken care of, and then if we have a little time, we'll go for the last few that we had scheduled. I believe the first one we got is from Arthur. A roof leak is one of the major issues that we encounter after the close of escrow, and if I think it says they miss the detection of a roof leak by the home inspector, who is responsible? The home inspector, and would the home warranty company still warrant the repairs?
So the question is, if there was a leak and it was found after the inspection. Let me see.
Yes.
I'm pulling it up too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So who is responsible if that's
for missing the detection of the leak? Yeah, it's hard to say because during the inspection, if your home inspector, you know, did their due diligence and didn't see any evidence of the leak, you know, it's like I said, when we leave, you know, we everything is inspected and making sure that everything is working order. If, however, you have like someone else, a third party come in, not your original inspectors, but someone else come in and they see this leak and a stain in there, and it looks like it's been there for a long time. I mean, you can kind of tell. Then typically, unfortunately, it may be under your home inspector. But you know, sometimes, like I said before, if everything was working fine, the home inspector did not see any evidence of any water penetration or intrusion. You know, things could have happened from between the home inspection and until the day it started leaking. So at that point, it may be going to home warranty. So there's a lot of variables to consider before we say whose fault it really is. A lot of things could happen. A bird could have dropped something on your roof tile, and you know that happened. It damaged your tile, but you know, we don't know these things.
Right. So would the home warranty company still warrant the repairs, Maria?
Okay, so there's 3 reasons why a denial occurs. Number 1, the exclusions on every home warranty company has their what will not be covered and what will. That's the obvious, right? On every brochure. That's why I say pick up your brochures and read them thoroughly. The other is pre-existing conditions, which is a very possibility, like what Joseph said, if the tech from the roofing company goes out there and denotes notable yellow stains that look like it's been there a while, well, that's a pretty clear indication that it's a pre-existing condition. The other one is lack of maintenance. It's the responsibility of the homeowner, seller, buyer to maintain their house and their home and keep everything in good working order. And the last thing is secondary damages. What does secondary damages mean? It means if the unit failed due to normal wear and tear, that's typically usually a covered item, depending on, again, the covers and the exclusions to the home warranty companies. But if that occurred, that damage, like Joseph said, if somebody dropped something on it and caused the leak or did something to it, or like what Alan says, after you close escrow 3 days later, the seller does some personal damages to the house, well, again, that's not going to be covered because it didn't stop working through the normal wear and tear. Something caused the obstruction of having that item work efficiently. So there's your answer, kind of in a nutshell.
I'll throw my 2 cents in it too. It's very unlikely, unless there's provable derelict duty, that the home inspector will ever be found liable. Most inspection reports and softwares are designed to pretty much include the disclosure regarding the limitations of the general home inspector as it encumbers the roof and any potential roof related issues. So, I mean, if it's an obvious leak or water encroachment, there's no photographs or details of once again, limits or limitations for the home inspector during the time of his assessment, then they're likely going to be in the clear. Okay. Even me, so in 2020, we certified 217 homes in Southern California, and you won't get a leak. It's, just because it rains one time, some leaks actually occur during different types of rainstorms. We get heavy enough water droplet with the right amount of wind pushing in the right direction, causing water to travel up tiles, up shingles, and it finds imperfections in the underlay. Then it can come in. I've had houses certified, and we can go pretty much November through February, and the last rainstorm, end of February, early March is when the water comes in. We're like, if it was going to leak, why didn't it leak the very first time it rained? So each storm, each rain occurrence is going to react a little bit differently. Each home is going to react to it. Flat roofs, especially, they're the most notorious. We do still certify flat roofs, rural modified Butemans, PVC, EPDM. But those ones, anytime you're dealing with the flat roof, I would highly recommend a roof certification inspection. It is the absolute must. Us as the roofer, we kind of act as warranty and kind of act as insurance in the way that we actually uphold the liability, So we will look at the roof, identify if there's any known issues, and then once again, we'll stand by it. We actually have a team dedicated during the rainy season just for claim work, if you want to use that type of language. We call it callbacks. So we actually have a dedicated staff that runs out within 24 hours. If it's raining, we bag and tag just to kind of prevent any further intrusion to the home. And then once the weather clears out, we go over there and we make final improvements. Okay. But yeah, it's really just not whose fault really is it, unless there's a very obvious derelict of duty during the home inspection. But just so you know, I wouldn't use the home warranty as a safety net. If you know there's an issue, if you suspect there's an issue, do your due diligence, talk to the right technician or contractor or tradesman within that field. Don't rely on home warranty and your insurance as kind of the scapegoat for any known defects within the house.
Perfect. For the last 2 questions, if we could keep it kind of short because we're running out of time. But
sorry.
No, you're good. No, it's great information. Okay, so this is real quick, Maria. Property managers or Mario said that he's heard that many property managers don't like home warranties because of the delays it takes to get the repair done. If you could kind of elaborate on that.
Well, that's the pushback we get from everybody. A home warranty work, you guys take forever. You send out a technician, the X, Y, and Z. So the complaints across the board are pretty much universal. That is not something typically I've not heard. However, I have seen the claims come in and I've seen the amount of dollars paid out. And let me tell you, when used correctly, it does work. There are standards and rules and regulations follow on claims. It's just like what Alan said. Most people sometimes use home warranty companies, or insurance companies to not take responsibility for those repairs and try to deflect that to somebody else to take care of. And that is a wrong precedence, especially if we tell people when we close escrow, oh, the home inspection said X, Y, and Z, but don't worry about it. Your home warranty company will take care of it. That is so incorrect. And it's a misuse of your professionalism. And number one, we work off referrals. So our referrals are, our business card is our integrity. So your information that you give to people, make sure it's accurate and correct as you're explaining how things work. Thank you.
Perfect. And I think that that kind of answered the question John had asked, why can't I tell my client, don't worry about something not working in the house before the sale is complete? The home warranty will take care of it.
Yeah, pretty much in the nutshell. Correct.
Yep. Okay. So next one, does home inspector look at water pressure?
Yes, we do. We check them out. And typically, real quick, your water pressure should be between 40 to 80 PSIs. Anything exceeding that is going to just put a lot of stress on your pipes, potentially causing it to leak and damage the seals and valves and all that good stuff. And if it is, and if you don't have a water pressure regulator, I recommend having a plumber have that installed for you and adjust that water pressure down. But if it's between 40 and 80, your water pressure is good. I've heard people say, well, it's 40. Is it still good? Trust me, 40 PSIs of water pressure is still pretty high.
I have a real quick back at Joseph to piggyback off what he just said. So on your home inspection regarding the water tanks, the heaters, the
water heater, yeah,
water. Do you actually indicate if that tank is sufficient to heat up the water in that home based on the square footage? Does that ever come up as a problem?
That I don't believe that's part of the scope of our home inspection, but I'll have to double check and then kind of send you guys the questions. But ultimately, I'm mainly making sure that all the faucets in the house, the hot water's running sufficiently at within the temperature that it should be, where it's all pretty much relatively the same. So that we know that it's working at normal operating conditions. And also with that, typically you want your water temperature to be at least 110, just kill all the microbes in the system, but no more than 130, 140, just to prevent scalding.
Perfect. And then the last question we got is, do you mention that codes are constantly changing and may be grandfathered in? How do you handle older homes that may have been today's code? And I have had older electrical systems that can't have GFI, built before 1956. I guess that would that be more Joseph?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you
answer that question too.
Let's see. So what was the codes?
Yeah. They're
so,
changing and
so home inspectors aren't code inspectors, and I get that a lot. But unfortunately, the codes always change, and literally codes are changing as we speak. Just because it's always just safety for everybody's safety, right? So if you have an older home that's built before 1956 and you can't get a GFI, I'm not an electrical specialist. I would highly recommend just reaching out to a licensed electrician just to better answer that for you. Because I know, a lot of homes, when they did the electricity, they do things a lot differently with whether it was with knob and tube wiring, but a lot of times those type of wirings aren't grounded. Newer code now requires them to be, from what I know, to be grounded just to improve safety, and you need GFCIs just anywhere near a water source, whether it's in your bathroom or the kitchen or the exterior. But yeah, I would highly recommend just consulting with a licensed electrician to further evaluate that, to see if you can have that installed. It might be a wiring thing, because like I said, you might not have the copper wiring just to have the GFCIs to operate properly.
Can I throw in my 2 cents on that? So even if you had a house that was built in 1954, so for GFCIs in the kitchen, the regulation started in 1988 with 3 feet from the sink, and then it changed in 2012 to 6 feet. And then it changed in 2016 to all receptacles on counter. So if you walk into a kitchen, that kitchen is renovated, and let's say 2019, you're not going to go off of the 1954 standards. You're going to go off of the 2019 standards for that particular area. GFC only requires hot and neutral because it checks the current between hot and neutral for any fluctuations. So it's actually code compliant to turn a non-grounded 2-prong outlet into GFCI in lieu of having to ground the entire electrical system. It's a very cost-saving approach. You can even add GFCI breakers, and it can protect the entire run within the electrical system of the home. But that was just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Once again, just
absolutely.
talk to a specialist about the specific details of your property.
Yeah. Alan's absolutely right. Like if they so like someone does a flip, they have to update everything to the current codes. So like like you said, it was like 1950 something when they built the house. If they update it like in 2020, they have to update all the electrical stuff to 2020's code.
Awesome. Well, we gotta end it here. We don't have enough time left. Thank you, everybody. Great questions. Obviously, we could talk about this for days. There is obviously questions that some of you were not able to get answered. Go ahead and email all of our speakers if you have those specific questions. I know they'd be happy to answer those for you. Thank you to Alan, Maria, and Joseph for a great panel today. And I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their week. And I look forward to seeing you guys at the Halloween celebration next week.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you so much for a wonderful panel today. We learned a lot. And as I said, this is the teamwork. So here we start our teamwork. Again, support your affiliate. Next, we have a tendency drawing. Please type your DRE member name and email in the chat box. We're going to draw 3 winners. Make sure that your name and DRE number and email in the chat box.
Oh,
there you go.
There it goes. Something is lack. It's not spinning. Okay, Jim. Jim is here. Jim, I know you're here. Jim, can you text your email address? Jim? I know he's here. Shall we do our 3-time calling?
Okay. Jim first, Jim second, Jim third. We're going to have another draw.
Jim third? Sorry, Jim, we tried. Okay.
Next time, we still. Second, the first.
Yeah, still first.
One. Okay. I can't see
young Maggie. Okay, Maggie, you're here. Maggie?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Could you put your email address, please, on the chat box?
I will.
Yes.
Congratulations, Maggie.
Thank you.
Second week.
That was a first. Yeah.
Okay. Now our second drawer.
Ray is here. Ray Shen. Ray Shen.
Thank you. Congratulations, Ray.
No, but Ray is not replying.
Okay. The first Ray, the second, the third Ray. Sorry, Ray. Okay, our next drawing again. Christine.
It's still the second one, right? Yes.
Yes. How come we never announce our people here? We're all here.
Maybe Caesar is always here.
I know.
Frankie Ho is not here.
Okay, another one. Frankie first.
Frankie's not here.
No, I'm sorry. No.
I think that thing is not spinning as well. I don't know. I don't see it. It's not working very well today.
Oh. We need to
Jan-
get a new one.
Janice Chan is here. Janice?
Janice. Hey, yes. Haven't heard anything from Janice.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, perfect. Yes, we see you. Congratulations, Janice.
Thank
And
you.
please type your email
Sure.
so that. Perfect. So this is the second winner. So the last winners, Christine, come on.
I don't mind the $10 Amazon card.
Put a name child here.
I use it for Amazon movies. Ah, look at
Oh
that.
Speaking the devil. Thank you so much, Wes and Giverboard.
Congratulations.
So I will type my email to Jeanette. Okay, well, this is my perfect time to announce all the education classes. So I want to make sure that you know this. Our education chair, Pauline, make sure that tell me. Education classes, this is my first, my best pitch.